Dwayne Nathan Jack. Yes, I'm back, and this time with another one, and I am gonna take it to the center. That's right, the center of the heart. Let me ask you a question. Where do diamonds come from? Where does gold come from? Where does silver come from? Where does oil come from? Where does all the material that you can see, taste, and touch all around you, where does it come from? Exactly. It comes from the earth. All the material that you can see, taste, and touch comes from the earth. Now let me ask you a question. And if I ask any question, I'm going to check in with you. And when I check in with you, I'm going to say, are you with me? And when I say, are you with me, I just want you to put A in the comments. And if I say something that you can relate to, that you've been through, gone through, I want you to put A in the comments. Are you with me? So, people, that's what comes from the earth, everything you can see, taste, and touch, even including you. Because we are what? We're matter. And the matter doesn't matter. That's why they say it doesn't matter. However, the matter is used through consciousness. We're expressions of this stuff that we can't see, taste, and touch, that we need this shit. Without it, we're nothing. Yeah. So appreciate the breath. Be conscious of the breath. P-A-R-T-Y. Why? Because I gotta. Do you remember the mask? But anyway, back in the room, Dwayne. Back in the room. So, back in the room. So here we go. Everything that you see, taste, and touch comes from the earth. And where do you think all your experiences come from? Where do you think your car came from that you have, or the place where you live, or the phone that you have, or whatever? It all comes from your internal or someone else's internal. It became from an idea. The idea was conceived, and then it gave birth, and then here we are today. The logo, it was designed. It came from somebody. It comes from the unseen to the seen. The seen is temporarily, but the unseen is eternal. Why? Because it's consciousness, because it cannot die. But let's not go down there. That's for another video. So the moral of the story is the posture of the heart. I've done a few stories on my feed earlier on, and I thought, let me just break this stuff down to give people a deeper understanding, to show them some wisdom so they're able to have a different outlook of life. Outlook, yes, because it starts from within. Outlook in life, and to evolve consciously and get some value from the video so they can look at life a little bit different and tap into their greatness and execute better than they did before they watched the video. So let's get down to it. The posture of the heart. In the Bible, it says, the heart is the wellspring of life. The wellspring of life because it gives life. Yeah? Now let me break it down to you. Heart. The wellspring of life. Because the heart is 5,000 times stronger electronically and magnetically than the brain. So the heart is 5,000 times more stronger than the brain. However, the heart has a language. The language is the vibrational frequency. Don't worry about spellings. I never went to school. Who cares? Focus on my strength. Yes? The vibrational frequency. And the vibrational frequency is formed, created through the feeling. Yeah? The feeling. The feeling, so let me bring it capital letters. That's right, the feeling, capital letters. The feeling, capital letters. The feeling is the vibrational frequency that goes out into the universal ocean, and the universal ocean will provide you with the circumstances, situation, and events. So that is why it says the heart is the wellspring of life, and the overflow of a man's heart is on the tip of his tongue. So the heart is the posture of the man. Whatever's in the heart will come out in the way they speak, in their thoughts, their feelings. So it's an inside job, yes? If the posture of the heart isn't pure, it takes not physical surgery, but it takes a spiritual and energetic surgery to change the posture of one's heart, to shift it from being hardened to become sensitive and soft. Let me break it down to you. Once upon a time in my previous life, my heart was hardened because of my childhood trauma, because of my substance misuse and the things that I'd done. I could do wrong and go to sleep like a baby because my conscience wasn't there. I had no conscience because my heart had become hardened. It became hardened. It was like stone. And the energy that was operating from in my heart, that dark force, was the driving force and having no remorse. Because I was hurting, and hurt people hurt people. Are you with me? So the posture of my heart was hardened, and there was dark energy within there, and I became a vessel for negativity, evil, darkness, agency, whatever you want to call it. We won't start deep diving into it, but it was used for the wrong. I wouldn't care. I could walk past people. People could be hurting and dying around me. I wouldn't care because my heart was hardened. However, when I was in my prison cell 2012 and I had my spiritual awakening and Christ, I believe, entered my heart and opened me up and done the internal surgery, guess what? My heart was no longer hardened. It became sensitive. Sensitivity. I could feel people. I was concerned about others and myself. I became a servant, come to serve, not to be served. And I could be serving. Obviously, it started off in prison because obviously that's where my awakening happened. And then I would then help people. I would be at service for people. I could feel if someone was hurting over there. All the people that are getting bullied on the wing and stuff, I'd stop that stuff. And I'd say, no. I'll be counseling people in my cell. I'm not going to go into it now because there's plenty of stories where people's lives were being transformed in the prison before I even got out. And this was something, because my heart became sensitive, I was more conscious of others, to help, to serve, how I could be a contributor, how I could be a solution, how I could use my skills or my authority within the prison. And then it just makes me smile now how I'm using that same posture now out in the community and society, helping humanity. So there was an inside job that turned my heart from being hardened and desensitized to become sensitive and to serve others and A, B, and C. Yes? And whilst that shift happened, I become conscious that my vibrational frequency, my feelings, it's all about the feelings, because the feeling is the vibrational frequency and it's information. It comes out from your heart and your brain, it comes out as information. So whatever you're feeling, if you're feeling negative, you're feeling pissed off and you're going around in your head and you're You're rehearsing events of negativity of the future or the past because you're not present, because you're either predicting the future, making it up with negative within your imagination or visualization or the past. So then you're basically going to create that, and that's going to come into your psyche. Well, it's in your psyche. It's going to come into your reality. So you have to become conscious. What does conscious mean? It means being aware of what's going on in there, because what's going on in there is what? The wellspring of life. And if your posture isn't compassionate for others, open to receive, sensitive, and not in a good condition, then you're going to be creating disasters within your reality, circumstances, relationships, your future, your finance, relationship, A, B, and C. But if you're open and conscious, your experiences are going to be completely different. And the reason why my heart was hardened is because of the stuff that I went through. You know, the past stuff, all that stuff that you've been through. Do you know all that stuff, what she did, what he did, what they didn't do, whoever it may be, childhood, teenage years, the bullying, A, B, and C, all that stuff. That all affects the condition of the heart, the posture. And if it's not sorted, if it's not healed, it's going to sabotage your life. And this will determine your performance. This will determine the quality of your life. Yes. This will determine how you look at your fellow brothers and sisters of humanity. You see someone doing well, you resent them and hateful for them. You're not happy for them because you're hurting yourself. Why are you going to be happy for someone that's doing well, looking well, or succeeding if you're not happy yourself and you're hurting yourself? You're going to start gossiping about them. You're going to start talking about them and talking about the stuff they did wrong, or that 5% that what they done in bloody 1999. Do you understand? 2000 and whatever it was. You're going to be bringing that up. You're going to be gossiping. You're going to be speaking about people, bad things over people. And these people are usually people that are doing better than you, succeeding, because you're not going to be talking about someone that's not doing, that you're doing better of. It's not part of the nature. So that's why we need to examine our hearts. And that's why we need to focus on self, building self up, looking after self, going to the gym with self, eating good food with self, putting yourself around other people that look after their self and value their self and have dreams and ambitions and all that good stuff. Are you with me? Give me an A in the comments if you're with me. Come on. Yeah? We're military soldiers out here. Yeah? Positive soldiers, soldiers of light, soldiers of Christ. We don't preach off the rooftops, but that's the source. That's what's in the heart. It says, now to him who's able to do abundantly, exceedingly more than you could even think or imagine, with the power that lives in the... I don't know why I'm writing again, but yeah. Heart. It all starts in the heart. Watch this one now. See, in heart, you've got ear. What do you need to do with ear? Your ear. You need to listen to what I'm saying. Yeah? And then you've got, what do you do with your ear? You hear. Yeah? You hear. Come on, no one's ever, people are going to be blasting this. This is spirit-led. Yeah? So you, with your ear, you hear. And then with your heart, yeah, there's art. What is art? Art is creation. Art is what we're doing, what I'm doing now. I'm creating art through the vibrational frequency. I'm doing art on the board. For visuals. We could do art. We could draw a face. Do you understand? A smiley face. Yeah? Do you understand? What does that do? Let's bring this, it's smiling. Or we could do a frustrated face. Do you understand? It's all art. It's all an image. It's all a vibration. Just by looking at that the smiley one to the negative one will have an input. If you're walking down the road and you're smiling at someone and you're saying, hello, morning, today's going to be an amazing day, guess what? They're going to smile back. You've just ignited their day. You've given them some flowers. It's not ask and receive, it's give and receive. Yeah? Give and receive. So, the moral of the story, let's just go back to the heart. What is the posture of your heart? I'm asking you right now. Are you in a positive space, compassionate, loving, forgiving for whatever it may be? Or is your heart hardened? You're unforgiving, you're holding resent and anger towards people, and I don't care who it is, what it is, yeah? There's no one on this planet Earth that I hold any kind of negative feeling towards, and I've been sliced in the face, chopped in the head with a machete, I've been shot, I've had my mum's house lit up, and I've been run over by cars, by people, I've been emotionally hurt by females, like really betrayal, and guess what? I love them. Because if I didn't, guess what? I wouldn't be loving myself. And I really appreciate the experiences they gave me. Because if they never gave me those experiences, I wouldn't be the man I am today, so compassionate. And because it's beyond the experience. The experience is what brings the fertilizer and the process, like the diamonds and the gold and the oil had to go through the process. And welcome to the process from Dwayne Jack to Dwayne Nathan Jack. Fire. So, I'm going to finish up now, lovely people. That's the posture of your heart. I asked you the question, if you need some help and support to do an internal job, then DMs me, click one of the links, jump in one of the bios. I'm sure you'll find me or one of my team members, and let's do that inside job. So your quality of life, and you will meet destiny, and you can bring so much joy to others around you. So I'm going to love you and leave you. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and I will see you on another one.